Are you thinking about moving to Fort Lauderdale, Florida? In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know before making the move, from cost of living to neighborhoods to things people don't realize until after they get here. By the end of this video, you'll know whether Fort Lauderdale is actually the right place for you. My name is Alex Simpson with South Florida Home Guide, and on this channel, I break down everything you need to know about living, buying, and investing in South Florida. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. Fort Lauderdale has become one of the most popular places in the country for people relocating, especially from states like New York, New Jersey, Illinois, and California. You get year-round warm weather, beautiful beaches, and no state income tax. But there are definitely some things you should know before deciding to move here. So let's break down the most important things you need to understand before moving to Fort Lauderdale. First, let's talk about the cost of living. Fort Lauderdale is definitely more affordable than Miami, but it's still one of the most expensive cities in Florida. Right now, the median home price in Broward County is typically somewhere in the mid $600,000 range. Although that can vary a lot depending on the neighborhood. If you're renting, a typical one-bedroom apartment in a newer building in downtown Fort Lauderdale can run anywhere from $2,200 to $3,000 per month. Utilities insurance can also be higher here because of the climate and hurricanes, which is something a lot of people don't think about before moving. Next, let's talk about the lifestyle and weather. One of the biggest reasons people move to Fort Lauderdale is the lifestyle. You're minutes from the beach, there are tons of outdoor activities, and places like Las Olas Boulevard offer great restaurants, nightlife, and shopping. Boating is huge here too. Fort Lauderdale is often called the Venice of America because of its canal system and waterfront homes. But the weather does come with some trade-offs. Summers are very hot and humid, and hurricane season runs from June through November. Most years it's not a major issue, but it's definitely something you need to be aware of. Now let's talk about housing and neighborhoods. One thing people love about Fort Lauderdale is the variety of housing options. You can find waterfront homes with boat docks, downtown luxury condos, historic neighborhoods with character homes, and suburban communities nearby in places like Plantation, Davie, and Coral Springs. Some of the most well-known neighborhoods close to downtown include Victoria Park, Coral Ridge, and Rio Vista. Each area has a completely different feel and price point, so it's really important to explore your options before deciding where you want to live. Now let's talk about taxes and financial benefits. One of the biggest advantages of living in Florida is that there's no state income tax. For people moving from places like New York or California, that can make a pretty big difference. Property taxes are generally reasonable compared to many other states, especially if you qualify for Florida's homestead exemption. But one thing buyers need to understand is that home insurance in South Florida can be more expensive, especially for older homes or properties close to the water. Finally, let's talk about growth and opportunity. Fort Lauderdale has seen a lot of growth over the past decade. There's a major development happening downtown. New restaurants opening all the time. The city continues to attract people relocating from all over the country. The airport is very convenient, and you're only about 30 to 40 minutes from Miami, depending on traffic. All of this has made Fort Lauderdale one of the fastest growing areas in South Florida. So if you're thinking about moving to Fort Lauderdale, it can be an amazing place to live. But like anywhere, it's important to understand the market and the neighborhoods before making a decision. If you're considering relocating to Fort Lauderdale or anywhere in Broward County, feel free to reach out. I help people move here all the time, and I'd be happy to answer your questions or help you explore some of the best areas to live. And if you got value from this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone else thinking about moving to South Florida. All my contact information is in the description below.